Thank you so much for being here. Let me just, sorry, for the bio. So Anna manages the Global Digital Acceleration Team at Nestlé, very famous. For everyone who works at digital, you know about them. An intensive, highly entrepreneurial, experiential 8 months training program that rotates diverse high potential leaders into Nestlé headquarters in Switzerland. Prior to that, Anna worked for 5 years in corporate communication roles in Portugal and Spain, and she also launched the local digital acceleration team in Portugal, her home country. So we speak Portuguese together because, as you know, I'm from Brazil. Anna is graduating in communications and has a management and leadership specialization by the Lisbon School of Business and Economics. And I think that's it.
Yes.
The floor is yours. Thank you very much, Anna, for being here.
Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today with these amazing women and to share my experience as someone who is working on digital for the past few years and who is right now having a role on digital, and I'm managing the digital acceleration team at Nestlé in our headquarters at Vevey. So my presentation today will be about leveraging communities and how we truly believe that internal mastery drives external mastery. And this picture, which I personally love, is a picture from the last DAT team that we had in Vevey, and I will explain you a little bit more what is the DAT Digital Acceleration Team. And this picture was taken in Lisbon, in my hometown, in our farewell trip about 1 month ago. And it really shows how we believe that the DAT can leverage internally a community also with external results. So today I will talk about the DAT, but also how we are facing this digital evolution, what is the content that people more care about, and I will also talk about storytelling. So first of all, sharing is our currency at the DAT, and I will start to tell you my story. So this is me 2 years ago, because I was part of the DAT as a training member of the program. And 2 years ago, I was back to the DAT program managing the team. And as you can see, we have a lot of women in our team. It's not because we have any kind of quotas, but because we are receiving a lot of applications coming from women, which means that we have a pool of talent in the company of women working on digital, and we are also training and reinforcing the capabilities of those potential future leaders. So what is the DAT? The DAT was created 5 years ago at Nestlé in 2012 because we felt that we needed to accelerate the digital transformation in our company. And more than that, we wanted to spread this digital mindset. So we've decided to create a digital acceleration team, which is an 8-month assignment. So we are bringing people from different markets, from different countries with completely different backgrounds to be during 8 months in our headquarters in Vevey to have an intensive training on digital, e-commerce, social media. You will see a while that our training is very diverse, and beside of receiving this training, the people that are part of the program, they are also working in digital related projects, and they also have the opportunity to be exposed to a very interesting network of digital internal and external stakeholders. So our pillars are listening, engaging, and transforming. Listening because we need to understand what our consumers' needs and expectations. And if we look at the digital landscape, we see a lot of signals that we really can bring into our strategy, our marketing strategy, our sales strategy, because digital is really cross-functional, and it's not only about generating demand, about marketing and sales, but if you look about corporate communications roles in the companies, human resources, supply chain. Digital is something that impacts us as individuals, and it also impacts the structures of the companies. So we really need to provide the foundations to our people to be able to deal with this digital reality. Engaging because we need to provide our consumers the right content at the right time, in the right channels. We need to engage with them. We need to provide them the content, the information that they want in a meaningful way. And transforming is also a very important pillar of the DAT because we have this responsibility of transforming the mindset of the company in everything that we do every day. Our principles, we are managing tensions every day. Integration versus stimulation. Should we integrate digital within our teams and within the different areas of the company, or should we have digital teams? We believe that both. That's why we create the digital teams, but we are training people to integrate their businesses, their functional areas, and really spread and expand this new mindset within the company. And we are always selling and persuading internally in order to leverage digital in everything that we do. And we want to bring an entrepreneurial and innovative mindset in everything that we do. So we believe that diversity is an enabler to win, and so far we are starting the 9th wave of the DAT, so the 9th time that we have this 8-month program, and we have trained more than 100 people, to be more precise, 107 graduates representing 51 different countries. We've delivered more than 250 projects, and if we look at the diversity of the team, we have people coming from completely different backgrounds. Digital, purely digital, but also marketing, sales, e-commerce, corporate communications, human resources, consumer insights, again, because digital is cross-functional. But more relevant than those figures for me, it's to see the faces of the program. And this is the last wave of the DAT that began in September of last year and just ended 1 week ago. And as you can see, we had people coming from 11 different markets and with completely different experiences, backgrounds. And this is what makes me passionate every day when I go to work, is to know that I'm really leveraging this diversity to build a community, because this is what that is all about. It's a community that we are leveraging, that we are building every day with every people that we are bringing to our program, that goes back to that market and then reinforces and expands this mindset and this digital knowledge. And our aim, our objective is to be able to have this mindset spread across everybody in the company. And we believe that these people, they are high potential digital future leaders, and they are the key to achieve that. And one of the tensions that we are managing every day at that is how can we have this formal versus informal power. So those pictures were taken in different moments of the last DAT program with some key internal executives from Nestlé, because this is an initiative that is being sponsored by the company. And we were challenged in every meeting to go beyond what we are doing, to be even more innovative, to bring more entrepreneurship within our program, and really to challenge ourselves and to believe that we can do more and we can continue building this sense of community. In terms of our scope of work, what do we do in our day-to-day? So first of all, we have a lot of hacks. So this is how we materialize and we bring to life this innovation mindset that we want to bring. So we are requested by different areas, internally and externally, to hack business problems and to try to solve them and to bring concepts to life. For example, with this team, we took them to the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona for 2 days, and they had as a challenge to come with different business concepts inspired by what they had seen in this event. We also work in projects, so a big part of the program is dedicated to work on projects that are coming from different brands, from different markets, because we have also this business approach. We have what we call lead roles, which are supports to some areas, mentorship and team roles. And I would like to explain more in detail what is mentorship. We have a very interesting initiative called reverse mentoring, which means that each member of the DAT, one of their responsibilities is to mentor digitally key senior leaders of the company. And this is a great opportunity for them because they have this opportunity to be exposed to these senior leaders, but also for our senior leaders, it's a good opportunity to keep updated about everything that is going on digital, and we know that every day, every hour, there is something that is coming up, some new trends, and we really guarantee that we have digital always in top of the agenda. In terms of our scope of work, we work on social listening, new business models. We provide digital support and consultation for different business areas. We are working in what we call PCE, personalized consumer experiences, e-commerce, content, innovation and technology, SEO, hacking and problem solving, social media, recipes, nutrition, health and wellness. And because, again, this is a community since the beginning of the creation of the DAT in our headquarters in Vevey, we've seen this concept spread in different markets. So far, we have already 25 local DATs, and we guarantee that we are expanding what we are doing. And for example, we have more than 150 people working in this community of DATs, and those 150 people, they are also expanding and sharing this across their markets. So this is really a community. And I will show you a video that was developed by the 7th wave of the DATs, because I think that more important than having me here explaining what is the DAT is interesting if you can see this video. I hope that it works. I'm clicking, but it's not working.
No, it works. We
It
just have
works?
to click here.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
The Center DAT brings together promising future leaders, empowering them to accelerate digital and e-commerce across the Nestlé world.
Are you ready to showcase what you've achieved?
The 2016 Digital Acceleration Team, DAT 7, bringing to life listening, engaging, and transforming through targeted value-added projects with strategic business units, zones, and globally managed businesses and markets.
We're developing global frameworks to help Nestlé brands define lower funnel media strategies to more effectively drive consumers to purchase online through Facebook, YouTube, and email campaigns. We've also developed a global user registration guide helping brand builders to deliver relevant and engaging content to the right people at the right time. This is the first step in achieving personalized consumer experiences.
We developed a social listening playbook so that Nestlé Infant Nutrition can understand mothers around the world and give them the right solutions.
We've also engaged with knowledge experts who have the same passion as our values. Millennial influencers were identified in line with our 5 CSV pillars to support them in their cause by delivering their message at a larger scale.
In order to create meaningful consideration for our brands on and offline, it is imperative to present our products and solutions in a compelling and differentiating way on e-commerce platforms, be it B2B or B2C.
Through the deployment of SBU-led e-content playbooks, we are working hard to ensure brand builders around the world are equipped with the tools necessary to advance e-commerce in their markets.
Whether it's Maggi, Nescafe, or KitKat, we work closely with our global SBUs on a daily basis to evolve digital strategies and lead market implementation.
We work with SBUs such as ice cream. By using digital tools, we provided recommendations on how to improve our online brand presence.
We also developed the Digital Service Pillar Toolkit, where we made recommendations on digital and social strategy to win in the recipe world.
We had different projects for Nestlé, which included the production of global assets which were used in markets around the world. And there's also Good Morning World 2 happening later this year.
Innovation is the key to connect with the consumers of today and tomorrow. So we explore new territories and took a different approach with the ambition to drive new business opportunities.
We conducted hacks with Nescafe and Nestlé Waters, incorporating innovation, technology, and new ways of thinking for our brands to lead in a fast-evolving category and transform mindsets at Nestlé.
We created the process on how to illustrate early trend signals on nutrition, health, and wellness with digital data. Now we are working on how to industrialize and scale up with our Nestlé Global Business Services.
We've developed a global website for more than 100 markets focused on Nestlé Institute program based on a Colombian site. Also, we've delivered 6 months of content for Facebook and LinkedIn for Ecuador, Panama, Colombia, and Mexico.
We helped to launch the first global employee engagement campaign for our 150th anniversary on Twitter. The effort was successful, generating in more than 6,000 tweets on the day of campaign, thanks particularly to Nestlé's highly engaged employees.
Through the newly launched open innovation platform, Henri, we are finding answers to business issues and addressing new opportunities by leveraging on partners and startups around the world.
We are helping Milo to open a competitive advantages on its category by working on the next generation of the wearable technology to help kids be more healthy and active.
Not just that, DAT7 has made a significant mark in the past 8 months. Over 250 hours of training, 29 executives mentored, and roles supporting over 20 functions day to day, including working with the digital team on global partnerships.
You finished your mission here. Now your mission is your market.
So,
Hi, my name is Gino from White Philippines.
okay. Okay, so as you could see, the main objective whenever a DAT wave ends is to guarantee that these people, they are coming back to their markets and they will have the opportunity to apply everything that they've learned and really to transform and to accelerate the digital initiatives in their markets. But beside of that, we are also leveraging our internal communities using some internal tools that we have available. So we have an internal social network, Chatter, and we've been leveraging Chatter for the last 5 years, I believe. So this is how it looks. It's a mix of Facebook and Twitter for internal purposes. And Pete Blackshaw is our head of digital and social media, is also our top influencer. And we are using this Chatter community in order to leverage and bring efficiencies within the company, but we also open this community to some of our partners. So we have some agencies, we have some partners collaborating also on Chatter. And what is amazing about that is that we really can nurture our community, providing people relevant content that is useful for their daily to-day work. We are also providing updates, we are providing news. We have some of our leaders involved on Chatter, but we have a huge community of people every day using it to know more about initiatives that are being held in the other side of the world. So this is a great way of keeping people connected with one objective in common, which is to facilitate our day-to-day work and to provide us information. And there are some tips, there are some things that we do on a regular basis to reassure and to guarantee that this community is working. So first of all, we are really trying to post and to publish content that is relevant, because we live in a world where there is so much information up there that we need to be selective and we need to understand what is relevant for this community. And we need to build it, and we need also to nurture it and to thank people for participating. And this is important because if we want our community to grow, we need to make people understand that they are also recognized for what we are doing. So for example, whenever we have a successful case, we are really encouraging people also to thank and also to congratulate our teams. And we live in a world where the only constant is change, because things are changing very quickly every day. So what we are doing is to applying our internal learnings also to leverage our external communities. And I would like to share with you some reflections, my reflections about how digital is evolving today. So we should not talk about digital marketing, because all marketing per se should have some digital component included, because we live in a world that is digital. So those figures, they are not updated, because every day, every minute, every second, those figures are increasing. So we have 1.6 billion of people on Facebook, Instagram is increasing, Twitter is still very important and very relevant, Snapchat is growing, we have Pinterest. I didn't even know the last social network. Do you know which one is it? It's Musical.ly. And I didn't know, because this is an app which is having a huge success in younger generations. So my niece, she's 8 years old, and she's posting 30 videos a day in Musical.ly. It's like a karaoke. And those younger generations, they are really engaged. So we need to understand how people are using digital, and also we are seeing messaging apps that they are growing so much every day, and we see that people are using social media and also messaging apps in very different ways. So should we say that messaging apps are surpassing social? I wouldn't say that, but I would say that we need to look at those phenomena both in a personal and a professional perspective, and understand what is the usage that people are doing on social, and also how they are sharing more and more and using their messaging apps as alternative ways to communicate. We are not messaging anymore. We are just using Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp, and if we go to some Asian markets, they are using, for example, WeChat for commerce. So this is a reality, and as individuals and as professionals, we need to understand how consumers are using those new platforms. And mobile, we are mobile. We cannot live without our mobile phones. And the mobile screen is growing in importance with each generation. So if we look at Generation X, the phone has become a second screen. And people are using it in a very natural way. For us, I'm a millennial, so the phone has become my primary screen. But the younger generations, the phone is the only screen that they know. And since they are babies, we see babies looking at our mobile phones and our iPads, and they are growing in this reality. So we need to understand the challenges that we are facing right now. So different generations use different media in completely different ways. And we need to understand how they use digital. So I was just looking at my social networks, trying to find some examples. So this is an example of a grandma who is sharing more and more on Facebook. And this is the way that she found to stay connected with her friends. Then we see millennials, they are using networks like Instagram, Pinterest to share their passions about what resonates to them, no matter if it's traveling, if it's cooking, if it's pets. And then we have younger generations which are using Snapchat, Instagram stories, and instant contact to stay connected with the world and with their friends. And this is the power of authentic content coming from regular people like you and me. So we see that influencers are becoming more and more powerful. And even if it's not influencers that are moving millions of people, we are seeing every day in communities like Instagram or Twitter, normal people becoming influencers because they are sharing what they are passionate about, and the communities that they are building, they are feeling identified with that content. We have live video that is becoming more and more popular, and it changed the way that we are reacting to events. We are sharing everything on real time with instant content. So content is really key for us, no matter if we are managing a brand, no matter if we are working in a company, or if we are building our own personal community. And why do people care about your content, about our content? First of all, because it triggers feelings. No matter if it makes me feel happy, sad, anger about something, but if something triggers me feelings, I'm more able to be interested with that content. It also reinforces my community identity. So I'm interested in something that resonates with me, with what I am, with what I love. If I love traveling, I will be looking for content that resonates with my interests. It also informs, updates, or solves a need. And if you look at the conversion funnel, and if you are looking, for example, for consideration or purchase, maybe you are sharing content that will tackle someone's needs. It also entertains, and if a content is entertaining, I will be able to get the interest of my audience. And last but not least, and the most important, if your content leaves a footprint and if it stands out of the crowd, because we are competing with a lot of companies, with our friends, we are competing for the attention of people. So we really need to stand out from the crowd and to have something that makes our content unique. And one way of achieving that is through stories, because we know that great storytelling is timeless, and stories are always capturing our audience if they are good stories. So, what is a good story? There are many components that can make a story a really good one, but I've just chosen 3. First of all, emotions. If a story can trigger an emotion in our audience, if it also resonates with our audience identity, and if it provides us some information that is useful for our audience, we are more willing to capture their attention and to stand out of the crowd and to leave a fingerprint in our consumer or in our audience attention. And good stories, they also have a tone of voice. So we really need to understand who are we communicating to. So for example, if you were traveling to China and you are talking about your trip with different people, you will choose a different angle to tackle it. If you're talking with your 8-year niece, you will probably share with her how much you loved seeing pandas in a zoo. But if you're talking with your best friend, you will probably explain her how you love to shopping in Hong Kong. But if you're talking with your manager, your digital manager, you will probably share with him how much you are amazed to see how WeChat was performing in China. So according to your audience, you will have a completely different tone of voice. And this is very important to be successful in your story to the audience that you are trying to capture. So I would say that stories are the most powerful way to connect people, and they help to materialize concepts and make your content really memorable. And I would like to finish my presentation just giving you some tips about how to nurture a community, no matter if it's a professional community or your personal community. First of all, try to have good stories, appealing stories that capture the attention of your audience. Then to have relevant content for them. Really understand who are you talking to and try to adapt your speech and your content to that audience. And nurture a relationship. If you're building a community, if you have interest to engage with that community, try to understand what are their needs and try to start building a relationship. And bring something unique. That is what will stand out from the crowd, your content, and will make you appealing for your audience. And be responsiveness. And this is really important if we think that we live in a society of immediacy. Everything is real time, and people are expecting from you also to be responsive and to be able to solve their needs and their problems. So if you're managing a community, try to be responsive and try to be as much real-time responsive as you can, and then choose the right formats. We have a lot of platforms. We have a lot of formats in different platforms. Try to understand what are the formats that your audience is using and be very selective about which ones to choose in order to get the better results. And I will share an example, a personal example. So you know that when you're working in digital, sometimes people really don't understand what you do. And people are asking me all the time, but okay, you're managing a digital team, but what does it mean? What do you do? What is digital? And my mom, she was asking me that 1 year ago, more or less 1 year ago. And I've created her an Instagram account to understand the dynamics of digital. So she didn't like Facebook, she didn't like Twitter, and we've decided to create an Instagram account about pets because we are passionate about pets. And in 1 year, my mom has already 11K followers on Instagram. And every time that she posts, she gets more than 1,500 likes, 200 comments, and it's just that. I mean, it's pets, they are cute. But what does she do to have this engagement? I don't have this engagement at all in my personal communities, even if I try. I believe that it's for different reasons, the ones that I've mentioned before. She has good stories for pet lovers. She's posting relevant content for people that love pets. She really nurtured that relationship. She's very responsive, so when people are commenting, she's responding, she's replying. She brings the uniqueness of the content that she's creating, and she's selecting the right format. So 2 months ago, I went to Portugal to visit her, and I showed her about Instagram stories, and now she's publishing stories every time. So if my mom, which is not a digital native at all, can have this engagement, we all can have, and we can build and nurture our communities, no matter if it's in our professional lives or in our personal lives. We just need to have those tips in mind, and we need to be passionate about what made us initially build this community, because it's all about be passionate about what we are doing and believing that we are doing it in the right way. So thank you very much, and please keep raising the bar in what you're doing. And I'm very happy to be here today with these amazing women that are always raising the bar in their daily activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Well, you keep us awake at the end of the day. We are running a bit late. Is it okay for you, Antonella? Okay, so we have time for questions. No more than 10 minutes. So again, be short. I'm like, Kelly is going to... Yes, I know, but we have Antonella as well. So here's a mic. Who goes for questions now?
Thank you for your presentation. obviously Nestlé is spending a lot of money on this program. How are they measuring the return on investment?
Yeah,
what KPIs do you have in place to
that's-
see if it's working?
That's a great question. So we have two main KPIs. First of all, because we are building capabilities program, one of the most important KPIs that we have is to track the professional evolution of our DOT members. So we have graduated already more than 100 people, and we need to assure that when they go back to their markets or when they are taking new roles, they are really able to accelerate applying everything that they've learned. So this is our main KPI, and then as we are also working in projects.
How do you do that? Sorry, how are you doing that?
How do I do?
How do you measure that KPI you just explained?
So we have our internal measures to understand what is the impact that these people have in the market, what is their professional development. And in terms of the projects that we are delivering, because a big part of the program is also to deliver business projects, the other KPI that we have is the implementation status and also the satisfaction about the projects that we are developing. So it's about people, building capabilities in our people, and also delivering projects that have business impact. Okay.
Hi there. As you went from being a student to actually managing the program, what are some major insights that hit you as you made that transition from one role to the other?
Yeah. So being a student myself 2 years ago and managing the program now, it's a completely different experience. I think that something that is quite beneficial is the fact that I had the experience as a student myself to understand what is working, what can be improved. And also when I went back to Portugal, I had the mission of setting up a digital acceleration team in the market. So that was the way that I had to apply everything that I had learned while I was here being part of the training program. So I was in my market for 1.5 years. And I had the opportunity of managing a local DA team and to understand what are the needs from a market perspective, and coming back to the center and having both to experience, I could build on the program and to bring that value, having the experience both at the center as a student and also managing a local DAT. But it's quite challenging to be managing the program. Something that is really key and that makes me feel happy every day is to be able to work in this diverse environment, because we have people coming from all over the world with different backgrounds, different experiences, and we are really learning every day, because each person, each individual brings so much value with their personal, professional experiences that we really can build and develop on people capability, not only professionally, but also personally, because we are also growing as individuals as we are part of this program. Being part of DAT5 was one of the best experiences of my life for how much I've learned.
We have 2 more questions.
Hi, Ernesto from
Hello.
the ICRC. I have a question. Is it like it's an 8-month program, but I saw that you built, for instance, a lot of really interesting things like the social listening playbook, e-content playbooks, social and digital strategy. So your team built that.
Yes.
15 people built all of those. Do you have like teachers helping you do this? Do you have managers helping you do that? How is this 8-month program
So
running?
the first 2 months of that, they are mainly training, and for that training we are bringing some internal trainers, people from different departments that are sharing their projects, their initiatives, their strategies, and we are also bringing external partners. So for example, our agencies, our aligned partners like Facebook or Google or Twitter, creative agencies, startups. So it's a mix of internal and external training.
Well, thank you very much, Anna. I thank you also that we had a brief discussion before your speech, and also in your speech, I really sense that you really embraced the diversity, and you emphasized several times this diversity, this individualism. All of this actually contributes to the community. That's really the spirit of it. But I want to actually ask you on the other side, have you ever faced, what's the biggest challenges you or your team have ever faced in terms of diversity or very diversified voices or reactions to in the community?
So having a team so diverse, it's a challenge because you have to manage personalities, you have to manage also different cultural backgrounds. And when you are bringing together people with so different backgrounds, one of the biggest challenges is to understand how can we reinforce the bonds between your team and surpass the differences that are resulting from the fact that they are coming from so different backgrounds. So of course that sometimes it's challenging to make your team understand that in different cultures, in different countries, you can face the same issue or the same topic in a completely different way. But at the end, we are all learning from that, and when we finish one wave of that, we really are much more rich individuals because we are able to understand how to face different cultures, how to face different nationalities. So even if it's a challenge, it's never an issue because you are always learning and you are always bringing to your program this diversity, and this is what makes the program unique, because we are bringing the uniqueness of 15 or 16 people with so different backgrounds.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Big round of
Thank
applause
you.
for Anna. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.